guy Gibson,
Very funny guy.
which is I'll take it. Hold on. I used the ladies' room a minute ago. Y'all got one toilet in there. Why is it separate? Why is it? Look into that. There's no reason. City of Fairfield, that's dumb. That's dumb. Hi.
Hey.
I missed you. How you been? Guess what? I sucked my own dick.
Hey.
I mean, not recently. This don't fold. But there was a time when I was in like young wrestler shape and I was able to assume the position with the legs over the head and the grabbing of the butt, and every guy here knows I made it. Not by much, like I was only like an inch and a half. But it was like a touchdown. You cross the plane, you chalk that shit up, you score it. So I sucked my own dick.
Swallow?
We'll talk. Here's the thing, is like, the brain is not good with multitasking sensation. It's a very pick one or the other kind of dude. That's why people in chronic pain will like close their hands and doors and shit. So I don't know if it's proximity or if they just got along better, but my brain went, this is all mouth channel all the time, huh? So I gotta be honest, this is a lot more like sucking a dick than having your dick sucked, guys. So if there's anybody that's like doing Pilates or removing ribs towards that end, just know that be the goal at the end of that rainbow. Golly. I like hot dogs, guys. I mean, that's not, I know that sounds like a two-beat segue, but that's not on purpose. Just hearing it out loud, it sounds like it is, but it's not. I eat two tonight. I like hot dogs. It's the only unconditional love in my life. I have 3 children. Fuck 'em. Every person has the potential to stab you in the taint. Motivations may differ, but they can all do it. And if somebody pierces my gooch, I don't love you anymore. That's my line. It's very clear. If you would forgive someone for that because they're your child or your parent, you need to rethink your own value. You need to set some boundaries. But hot dogs, I know everything about hot dogs. I know horrifying shit about hot dogs. Irredeemable, disgusting, terrifying things. I know so many things about hot dogs that I should swear off them forever. I should apologize for ever having eaten them. I should be given community service for having eaten as many hot dogs as I did with what I knew. But all that knowledge, it changes nothing. I'm more passionate about hot dogs than I've ever been passionate about anything. There was a point in time where there were no hot dogs in my house. My wife doesn't like them. And for like a couple of years, I was trying to, convince her I'm not. But once I stopped that, there's like weird conversations you gotta have. So one night I turned to her and I was like, I want hot dogs. And she was like, what? And I was like, I know you think I'm too good for hot dogs, but I don't want to be too good for hot dogs. All I want is hot dogs. And she said, sweetheart, you can have hot dogs. I didn't realize you wanted them that much. Now, I didn't hear that second sentence. Because by the time she said I could have hot dogs, I was at the fucking grocery. I need my doggies. There's no limit that I've found to how many hot dogs I can eat. I always just run out of time or hot dogs. I think I could beat that. I could win that Nathan's hot dog challenge they do every year. I could stand toe to toe with the fat guys in the tap out shirts and the little hollow Asian men and that Joey Chestnut guy whose small intestine has to be like a 6-month-old Go-Gurt at this point. Goopy. But I can't eat them fast. I gotta savor. I love them. Every bite of a hot dog is a little kiss on a first date with a pretty girl. It's just that. I can't go fast. So I need something where the challenge is endurance, some kind of cross-country hot dog eating contest, where you just eat and eat and eat until someone dies. Just weeks and months of wieners and wieners and wieners like my mom in her 20s. That's my mom.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Look, this is mostly a joke, but I mean, you had a host in it. I mean, it's all right. I did too. Have a host in. It's okay. Just, be less married.
Be less married.
Luckily, there's no will. I'm really trying, honestly, to adapt the idea that if someone's lifestyle or whatever doesn't hurt anybody, just fucking let them do it. I don't care. But that's hard. Because once you generalize something like that, people start doing some wackadoo bullshit. Like, I know a woman who takes recreational handstand classes. Don't let that drip off of you. Think about it. Think about what has to happen for that to be a thing. There has to be a recreational handstand class. That has to exist. Someone has to get capital to get a studio with a little sign that says handstand classes. Maybe a cutesy name like Heels Overhead. And she's got to pitch that shit to a loan officer at a bank who's just like, Miss Chalmers, I don't understand. Is this like a gymnastics thing? She's like, one gymnastic? It's my passion. And she got the fucking loan. She got the loan and started advertising, and this woman I know found a flyer under her windshield wiper or something and went, my Thursdays are empty. Maybe I need to spend 2 hours building the least marketable fucking skill in the world. And the worst part about it is this woman is fucking dynamite at handstands already. No one needs this less. But she did it. Because that's what happens when you start patting everyone on the back and telling them they're brave for every passion they fucking pursue. As fucking grown-ups start taking like blow-off electives in a strip mall. I feel like I touched a note there. Let me cleanse your palate. I don't do impressions, but check this one out. Hey, Billy Joel, what's your favorite movie? Caddyshack. I piss my wife off, which is what I do. I piss my wife off and I eat hot dogs. And usually she'll just like rip on my dick or like tell me I'm gonna die alone. That's all fine. But this particular time, she dead-eyed me and went, the AIDS epidemic started the year you were born. Are you sure you didn't do it? No, I'm not. I'm not at all. In fact, it makes more sense the more I think about it. Especially when she tags it with, just think. It grew as you grew. And now, as you grow old and frail, and that's why I can't work out. I can't support AIDS. There are lives depending on these paunchy man pits. On my atrophying muscles. My deteriorating cardio is bringing an illness that has made millions suffer to its knees. I don't go to the gym to support every single ill-advised, unprotected fuck that you ever walked away from unscathed. Buy me a beer. That's what I get from defeating AIDS. Things have changed. You say show your dick?
So.
It's my brother. I ought to be in a lot more therapy. This ain't enough.
Oh, your mom's a whore. and
My
your
childhood
brother's
just
trying to
said,
get your dicks.
I mean, it was rife with shit that
What
shouldn't
else
have
you
me in there. When I first got potty trained, I refused to trust, I don't know what it's called, but whatever system we use to measure butt wiping. Like, whatever, when you look at the paper, there's a little poop, a lot of, until the poop is gone, you wipe. Is that not what everybody does?
Yeah.
Please tell me that's what everybody does. That's right, you're dying. So, I wouldn't trust it though, as even a little kid. I needed a mirror mounted in the bathroom so I could verify. And by verifying, I mean I would take my little prepubescent ass and just, I would like detail. And that shit was spotless. But then one day I pooped at the bowling alley. They ain't got no mirrors for me, so I needed assistance. So in between the first and second roll of a frame, my mother heard her league mates go, went out, waddled a 3-year-old with his pants to his ankles to the front of the alley.
You did that.
And it's not enough that an upright 3-year-old show up. That's not going to give me the peace of mind that I came out to. I know. So with 4 pins standing with an 87 on the scoreboard in the 7th frame, I turned, I bent, I spread, and I said, "Mom! Will you check my butt?" And she did. So did her team. People keep asking me to show my dick. But her team checked my butt. The other team checked my butt. Any wayward pedophiles checked my butt. And she gave me a thumbs up. And I want to believe that it's because I had impeccable grooming. That I got up in there and I got it done. She was my mom, so I don't know if she was protecting me. Did she not want me to feel bad about my anus? It's hard to say. Actually, Mom, was my butt clean that day? Yeah! My mom's also the reason I don't understand finances at all. She didn't. She just spent money. She belonged to one of those 30 CDs for $1 clubs. You remember those? They'd send that shit to you once and then they just charge you fees for the rest of your natural life.
Columbia House, Kirby's, BMG, Kirby's.
I'm glad you all remember brands. That's important for this joke right now. But they misshipped one CD, and that became my first CD because no one else wanted it. It was the Pet Shop Boys. Woo! You guys know the Pet Shop Boys? I'm not saying that. I might later. It's okay if you don't. They weren't like multi-hit juggernauts. But they had like, look, I don't want to say that they were gay club music. Right, if you ever watched a movie where somebody took a tab of ecstasy off someone else's tongue, that's what was playing in the background. Sweet dreams. That's the Pet Shop Boys. And I only knew one song on the CD. It was called West End Girls. She really likes the Pet Shop Boys. That's awesome. This is all I got as far as fandom of them. I'm sorry. I'd love to back you. But I liked West End Girls because I'd heard it on the radio and I had a compact disc of it. Not a cassette, but a compact disc. I'm fucking old. And I would play it over and over and over. I had a dance I choreographed to it. And at one point my dad walked in while I'm doing said dance and my tiny whitey is just, East End Boys, the West End Girls. There was a lot of arm stuff. That was my thing. And the look on his face, he wasn't mad. He wasn't even disappointed. He just looked tired. Like you've been working years on a project and you just figured out it's not gonna go the way you think. And he sat me down to talk to me. And it started out with a what the fuck are you doing kind of talk, but it really blossomed into one of the most profound talks he ever had with me. He's like, whatever you do in your life, you need to present yourself with dignity. It's important to present yourself with dignity. It's important to understand your own responsibilities and to shoulder them with appropriate poise. It really got deep. It embedded itself in my forever memory. And the whole time the Pet Shop Boys are playing in the background. This syntho pop. This motorcycle ramrod kind of. But I tried very hard to live by the mantra he taught me that day. And if you take anything from the dumb shit I've said here, it's that you should live a life where you always check your own butthole. And never try to suck your own dick.